This is my new air scrubber, and it's a 4-stage system. It also has a HEPA filter in here, and this is great for projects like the one I just finished. I just turned this off because I have this project here. Now, this product was a gift that was sent to me by the company, but I chose this because if I would have done the resin project or a paint project, my shop, I wouldn't be able to stay in here. I would have to leave the doors open for a couple of days. But I just turned this off, and the air quality in here just feels like I never even did this project. So this is amazing. I didn't think it was going to really do that and you know, keep the quality up in here, and it has. Now I'm going to show you a close-up view. I'm going to open it up. We'll show you all the filters, the way it does the filtration, and we'll actually turn it on and show kind of the panel and how that works, because there's a couple of safeties that if you don't have something set right, it won't turn on, like the UV light, or you know, you can't stack X amount. So I'll tell you those numbers and how much cord you get with it. So let me go over a couple of those features more close up. So it comes with a manual with a few instructions, and all the parts and pieces, kind of shows everything in here, but I'll go over that in just a second. You have 23 feet of extension cord, which will make it to the middle of most rooms. If you need an extension, you just go from there. But you can also stack 3 of these together. You can daisy chain them with your outlet, and you can put them in these molded in holes where you can go up and down, or if you stack it, you know, where it's standing the tall end up, you can stack them here by putting the other legs here. That way it stays in one place. It has your handle right here where you can hold it. Now it weighs up to 35 pounds. It's relatively easy for most people to move around. Then here is your control panel. It's laid out pretty simple. Here's your dial for your speed. So if you want to do it on low, and then that's max as far as your fan inside. Then right here's your hour meter, so you can see how long it's been running for. This is your UV light switch. If you want to use the UV filtration or not, you just turn that switch. Here's a change filter light, reset, and here's your outlets. So you have auxiliary outlets right here to either, you know, use for chaining them together, or if you need to plug something in, you have it right there. Now this is your inflow and out, or air in and out. It goes in through your filters here, and you want to make sure you take this off. This is just your little cover for storage and transportation. But you take that off, this is, the air goes in and comes out through this hole here. So really, if you wanted to, and you want to put a like a tube on here to push the air out into the space somewhere else or something, you could do that. So you could put this in the middle, and the only reason I could think about doing that would be to put this in the middle of the room, but then you pipe the air out to the corner so it can maybe circulate a little different. I'm not sure, but I like it like this. This is how I used it. Just put it right in the middle and turned it on. Now you see 2 of the latches here. There's 2 on this side, 1 on each side on here, and 2 back on this side. The bottom side right here only has little legs. So you can see has little legs for when you stack it, or if you stand it up on the ground. The bottom has little molded in legs on the bottom. So let's go ahead and flip all these latches and open it up, and I'll show you the insides. The latches have little springs on them, so it makes it really easy to open. You can do it with one finger. Just flip it like that all the way around. And once you've got them all undone, it comes straight up. So when you lift up, you're going to see there's the filter right here. This is your H13 HEPA filter. It has little tabs for you to be able to pick it up. And then right here on the top, that's going to be your charcoal filter and your regular filter. So I'll flip that over first. Oh, and I missed the latch. There we go. So if you look up close, you can see that charcoal filter. It's held in with these little latches that are almost like little clipboard latches. And so if we flip those up, and it's in there pretty good, there's a little tab to pull your charcoal filter out. Let that flip down. This one too. So there you go, charcoal filter. And then this is kind of like your normal house filter. So it's pretty simple. You just stack that in there and stack this one underneath these little clips. Now when you first open it, it'll be wrapped in plastic, so you want to make sure you take those off. I'm going to put this to the side and show the next part. So this is your HEPA filter. Go ahead and pull that out. It's pretty thick, so you can see it's nice and big. And then next is your fan compartment. And if you look to the side right here, you'll see the actual UV light right there. That's where the bulb's located. Now what I was talking about earlier, setting it right, the HEPA filter has to be in here, and if it doesn't go in right, there's a little button right here, and this little button basically says, hey, there's a filter in here, and the light stays on. But if you don't have that in place, this light actually won't turn on. So you want to make sure you have it in there. That way it's pushing down on that little pin. But there's your fan right there, your blower. It's located right underneath, and that's about it. All you do to put it back together is just set your filter right in there. And again, they have these little tabs, makes it really easy to put that filter in, or you have a little hole here you can pull it. Then we'll go ahead and put the top back on. Now, it doesn't really matter if it goes this way or this way, because you got that single and double, but it won't latch on like this. So make sure that you have it in that right direction. So last night, whenever we were mixing up the resin, this is where I had it on the floor. It's currently on the lowest setting, and we have the UV light on, so it's pulling the air in, and it is on the lowest setting, but right here, I can feel it kind of pulling that air in. And then the other side, obviously, has a good breeze going out. I'll turn it up, even though I'm wearing a mic, you still should be able to hear it. It's not super loud. We could carry on a conversation. Turn it up about midway, and it's still pretty quiet, but you can definitely feel it a lot further out, kind of pulling the air. And on this side, it definitely has a lot of air moving over here. So you can see it moving my pants and my shoes. Like it's pushing a good amount of air through. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up, that we can see it and hear it all the way up. And again, we can still have a conversation while I was mixing stuff over here. You know, it just sounds like a fan's going on. But unlike my other blower over there that just moves air, you know, this one is actually scrubbing the air. So I let this go for a few hours last night, but I actually have to bring this in my house because I want to scrub the air in there. So I'll show it, we'll turn it on in my house. All right, so I'm up and running. This is a pretty big room. It's like central to the house. So this should scrub all the air. We had an event a couple days ago, and it was kind of wet outside, and it just makes it to where I know that the air is going to be nice and clean. It's going to scrub it for me. Now, I'm going to be using this here in my shop, as well as if they have any friends that need any help with if they've had water damage in their house, or maybe just some smoke or something that they need the air scrubbed. I can go ahead and let them borrow this, and it will scrub it down to 0.3 microns is what will, it filters through. And I think this is going to be a great unit that hopefully I don't have to use in those situations, and I can just use it just to scrub the air on a regular basis whenever I want. But I plan on using this a lot in my shop anytime I'm working on a new project.